Have you or anyone you know have been prescribed to a medication that has the potential to become addictive? According to Medline Plus, an estimated 20% of people use prescription drugs recreationally. And they also can develop an addiction to narcotic painkillers, sedatives, tranquilizers, and stimulants. The Office of National Drug Control Policy states that prescription drugs is the second most abused drug behind marijuana for ages 12 and above. The United States Drug Enforcement Association came up with statistics that 6,027 people per day abused the drug for the first time in 2009. 1 in 17 admit to getting high, and 60% of them did so before the age of 15. Abuse is increasing due to availability. Online pharmacies make it easy to obtain the drug because without a prescription and because the drug is legal. Now that you know some background information, next we will discuss how they obtain the drugs. Medline Plus also gives us percentages of how drugs are available for them to obtain. 56% of them got them from a friend or relative, 18% from a doctor, 9% bought from a friend or relative, 5% taken from a friend, and 4% from a drug dealer. Due to the fact because they are easily found, abuse and addiction is a big concern. Health Guide gives us signs of drug abuse consisting of neglecting responsibilities, taking risks while high such as driving, getting in trouble at work or school, causing problems with relationships. Health Guide also gives us signs of addiction consisting of drug tolerance, taking drugs to relieve withdrawal symptoms, loss of control, abandoning activities that they once enjoyed, and continuing the drug use despite problems. Health Guide also explains telltale symptoms associated with drug addiction and abuse from physical, behavioral, and psychological perspectives. Beginning with physical, look for bloodshot eyes and changes in pupils, changes in appetite, weight, and gain loss, changes in sleep pattern, and hygiene changes, such as smell of breath or body odor, tremors, and last but not least, slurred speech. Behavioral symptoms consist of decreased performance at school or work, unexplained need for money, and the abuser could also borrow or steal the money, a sudden change in friends and groups. The psychological aspects include anxiety, paranoia, and lack of motivation. Now you know the signs and symptoms. The next step is to get oneself or someone you love the help they need. Health Guide also prevents how to get help. You should admit that there's a problem, then establish a support group. Attending a rehabilitation center and a self-help program also helps as well. Once the user becomes clean, there are necessary precautions to take in order to help keep them clean. According to the Office of National Drug Control Policy, you must take the drug out of the original container and mix the drugs with undesirable substances such as coffee grounds. Then you could put the drug in a sealable bag or enclosed container. You should also remove the info such as the RX number with a marker, or you can simply scratch it off. And one important note to take is to not flush the drug down the toilet, only if the patient information says to do so. Now that you know what to look for in an abuser and how it's easier to recognize the signs of symptoms between physical, behavioral, and psychological matters, it is safe to say that prescription drug abuse is common, and it's only getting easier to obtain. You should never forget that there are always ways to get help for either yourself or your loved ones. Now, are there any questions?
What are some examples of sedatives?
Sedatives help you calm down, and if you can't sleep, it makes you sleep easier. An example is Xanax.
What's another symptom of being addicted to prescription drugs?
You can become depressed because you start to realize how much money you owe to a large amount of people that you don't have.
What is a self-help program?
A program where a person finds the answers that they're looking for, but they don't seek second-degree party for help.